that thing as I go through to show me that they wouldn't have taken.
Praise the Most High today. Praise the Most High today. Hallelujah. Yes, hallelujah. Thank you, Abba, for another grand opportunity. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Remember, I thought I'd share something today. It really made my day. Today is my born day. And even though I don't celebrate it anymore, I'm starting to really wonder if there's anything wrong with making mention of the day and not giving it over to the many pagan activities we associate with it, like lighting up candles, blowing the candles out. Oh boy, and family, we've been taught this since childhood, and this is a foundation that we build upon each and every year and get excited about it. And folks start saying it's your day. You can do whatever you want today. Make a wish. Oh boy. Make a wish and blow out the candles. All this, family, is pagan rituals. But as I was praying about it this morning, family, I was really asking the Father, well, Father, what's wrong with mentioning that we're excited for you to be around another year? And I don't think anything's wrong with it. And I think it's a way that we have used to separate us as a means of separation. Sad to say, but that's what I believe. But I hadn't planned to go this way today, but I want to share a card my mother sent me. And it really blessed me, family. And on the outside of it, I'll show it. It says the years have flown by, if I'm not mistaken. No, the years sure do fly by. And she said, in praises and thanksgiving, I will enter into his presence with songs of joy, dance, and click my heels. Praise the Most High. Each new year, new day is an opportunity to hope, expect, and enjoy each new beginning. Love you dearly, Mom. Have a great day. And family, I really do appreciate this coming from my mother, because it took her a long time to respect the fact that I didn't celebrate the pagan holidays, nor birthdays and Father days and Mother days. And I would always try my best, family, to go out the way when those days neared, to reassure my family members that I was thinking about them, love and care for them, because I didn't celebrate those days. And part of this, we end up to it. Let's do this. Maybe that'll keep it down. And we have to use wisdom, family. But certain stuff, I'm starting to believe that it's something we added to it. Oh boy. And out of chasing righteousness, I guess we would say, a lot of us have thrown the baby out with the bathwater. Oh boy. But we all have to do what we're led to do in our own hearts. And that takes us round into our idea for today. And if I haven't said, I hope everyone is well today and that you're able to enjoy it. Getting some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good exercise. Family, I'm going to be quite honest before we get into this idea. I want to share this. I was thinking about it this morning. I am completely exhausted. Oh boy. And when I mean exhausted, I mean broccoli. Family, I have just been in a scrap. Oh boy. And when I say scrap, I mean I have been fighting. Fighting this week. I would say for the last month. And a lot of it had to do with my vehicle, my truck. And I heard a fellow say they're doing big things for the Most High. And he said that he had decided he wasn't going to ask people for nothing else. Oh boy. He said, I'm going to ask a man for another thing. I'm going to depend on the Most High. And that was confirmation to me, family, because I said I'm not asking nobody for nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. If I get it, I'm definitely thankful for him letting the Most High use you, because I know that's who it's coming from. But I have been going through with this truck. From the time those jokers messed it up at take 5, then I took it to the dealer, then they messed it up. It just hadn't been running right. Plus, I had to get it inspected. And my check engine light was on ever since I left the dealership. So I'm like, Father, you know I need to get this truck inspected. And you know I need to get it serviced. Because there's a lot of things on it that needs attention. I said, but however, I'm going to trust you. Matter of fact, I don't have no choice but to trust you, because the fact remains that this is your vehicle. I'm your vehicle. I'm a tool that you use throughout this earth. And you've given it to me to use on your behalf for the kingdom. And I turned it back over to him. I'm saying, I thank you for doing it. And I'm going to trust you. And 2 days ago, family, I had already prayed about it. But I told the Father, I said, I just want to have a talk about this situation. I said, I just want to air it out once and for all. Because I am tired of going through the ups and downs in my mind with the thoughts that's coming to me. So I want to air this out. And I told him just what I said about the tool, him using me as a tool, and this truck being a tool that he has afforded me in this season. And I basically said, okay, that's it. And I just went off into praise and went on back to sleep. And family, I just wanted to give a good report today that on yesterday I had the service done to my truck. And it ended up costing me a whole lot less than I thought it was going to cost me. And the Most High is faithful. That's all I'm going to say right now. The Most High is faithful. He is faithful. See, a lot of times, family, just like this idea we're going to share, when the Most High gives us a word, Hasatan comes immediately. Not a lot of times, but immediately, every time when the message is from the Most High. I heard this fellow that I just started following from Africa say this. He said he's trying to start a new Hebrew community there where he's from, I think Uganda. And some people were saying that he was a scammer. And he was saying, well, how can you say I'm a scammer when you don't know me? You don't know me from the next man that's out here trying to do something for the Most High. But he said something, family, that really perked my attention. Really caught my attention. He said, no message goes without naysayers. Anytime somebody tries to do something good, there's going to be opposition. And that got the wheels turning in my mind. I said, that is right. And I started taking notes. And the script the Most High took me to was the one about the seed. When the seed is planted, or when the word goes out, how Satan comes immediately to take that word. So this is some good medicine. And hopefully it'll help someone like it helped me. I'm sure it would or will. And that's in Mark 4:15. And it says, as soon as they hear it, Hasatan immediately comes and carries off the word that has been sown in them. As soon as that good message is planted out in the earth, here comes Satan to try to steal it, to try to take it out of your heart before it takes root and give birth and bear fruit. But what do we have to do, family? We have to take that word and go back to the Father. Say, Father, you said this. And to see all Hasatan can do is come with another word. Oh boy, come with another thought. And as I was writing in my notes, family, there's a secret or two that you can always tell if someone is coming from the Father. Because that took my mind back to the idea about many being called, but only a few chosen. And that's what we saying in our notes, that it's easy to tell who's called and who's not. They got to line up with that word, that text, what the Most High said in the original text. What did he say in the first place? Oh boy. See, we have to start understanding, family. And I'm saying this from experience. And I'm going to leave it like that. Like I said, a few months ago, I would have said what we should understand or what I would advise us to understand. But no, I'm not saying that no more. I'm saying what we need. This is coming from experience. We need to try this Ruach with the Ruach. Because a lot of times they're going to pepper it with a little text, little word. They're going to throw a little salt on it with the word, seasoning, just to hit you with the okadoke. But you have to try that Ruach, by the Ruach, the Most High. See, a lot of times people, they're just mimicking what somebody else says. It's not a word from the Most High, even though it's a word from the Most High. You feel me? It could be a whole lot of timing. Just like one preacher was saying one time, nothing missing, nothing broken. If there's something missing or broken in your life, something wrong. And I say that's a lie from hell. Because the text also says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Most High delivers them out of them all. So, when you are in a situation, coming out of a situation, or getting ready to go into a situation, everything ain't always going to be on point. Matter of fact, I would dare to say there's always going to be something missing and something broken in your life. Because we're not living in a perfect world. There's always going to be room for improvement in our own lives. So I believe there's always going to be something going on inside and around our lives. Praise the highest today. I'm trying to shield some of this wind, family. I do apologize. I can only clean it up so much. That's why I keep rolling these windows up and down. But yeah, we have to be careful about the words we're hearing coming out of other folks' mouth. See, a person can read the text verbatim and still be wrong. Because the next thing you have to realize is some people are not sent by the Most High at all. Like we said, the text says many are called, but few are chosen. And after further studying that word, it can be meant that that fellow who came to the wedding didn't come correct. That's the main way it means. He didn't come correct when he came to the Most High. When the Most High put out the call for him to come to the wedding feast, he came dressed all any kind of way. He hadn't prepared himself like he should have to be at the Most High's wedding feast. And some would say we're taken out of context when we say many folks are calling themselves to preach the Most High's word when he didn't call them to do that. But I believe we can look at it in the same way. Because a lot of times, family, the Most High said, I ain't called you. I ain't asked you to do that. Like I said, we're mimicking other people, even if they are called to do and sent to do, don't mean you're called and sent to do the same thing like they are. But as we said, family, all it takes is going back to the Father with that word and asking the question, is this from you, Father? Is this person from you? And he would not dare leave you hanging. He wants you to know more than you want to know. No, this imitator, this faker ain't from me. Don't listen to nothing they trying to tell you. And there you have your answer. But today's ideal, family, is called the best self-care advice I can pass along. And you hear this a lot being tossed around about self-care this, self-care that. Take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't be of no value to this company. And that's where it's coming from. Most folks want you to take care of yourself so you can give 100% to the company that you're with. And we're looking at this today, family, from a Ruaku sense. Just like I got on this recording saying in the beginning, I am exhausted. Family, I felt like I fought a 100-round fight. And that's how it feels when you're going through and all you hear is them voices. And you get tired of saying, nope, that ain't what my daddy said. I believe the Most High. But it's something we have to do. It's no choice. We have to fight off them ideas and thoughts with what the Most High said about you. Fill in that space with what he actually said. What it say, casting down every thought and imagination that tries to precede itself above the Most High's word. And family, it just has become second nature. Nope, I'm not listening to that. And I think the most of what it was with me was the pressure, which it is with everybody, but it was the pressure of what could have happened, or what could happen if this takes place, or what can happen if that takes place. And a lot of it, family, I say this very lightly, it's a life and death situation with me. It's a livelihood with me. But it's really not. It's really not. Because I'm not my source. Oh boy. This truck is not my source. The one who gives me to me, if you could understand that, and gives me the truck as tools to do what I'm doing now. He's the source. He's the great reward. He's the one supplying the need. He's the one that's answering. But the best self-care advice I can pass along. And family, I had to be transparent. I received this idea from the Most High, of course. But I heard a fellow that I no longer respect who gave this idea. But as I said in the first place, family, good advice can come from a fool. It's just how you take it back to the Father and break it down and use it for yourself. But this fella is Shaquille O'Neal, one of the great basketball players. Yeah, I give him his respect. That's who he is. And he said you have to have a care system in your life. He said you have to have a care system set up in your life. I said, okay, this is worth listening to, because I was just scrolling, which I do from time to time. And when you're open to receiving something good from the Most High, which I did. He said the care system that he's set up in his life is being able to count on 5 fingers who you care about. And he said who you care about and what they care about concerning you. He said, I only care about what my mama think. I only care about my children. I only care about not messing up the money and keeping the money coming. And I only care about my boys. I said, that's some weak mess. Oh boy. Forgive me, family, but I judge the situation by my relationship with the Most High. And I say it's weak, but I can feel where the fella's coming from. But he put the money ahead of the Most High. He put mama ahead of the Most High. He put his kids above the Most High. And he put his boys ahead of the Most High. Which none of them giving him air today. Which none of them are allowing him to walk this earth today. And I don't know that man's relationship with the Most High, but I do by the fruit he bear. He got on the, we're not going there. But the advice that I gleaned from that, family, or I took from that, is I only have one advice, or I can count on one finger the advice that I would give as far as this self-care. As far as who I care about, and as far as who you should care about, and what they think about you. And that's the Most High. Period. Period. That's the Most High. And as we're seeing now, our text for today, family. Once you make him first, then all them other folks gonna line up. You know, for the ones that we do care about, our mothers, our father, our wife or husband, our children, our siblings. Then thereafter, all that's gonna line up. And let me tell you how. We're going to look at Psalms 37:4. It says, delight yourself also in the Most High, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Fam, because it's our nature to always desire more, even when we already have everything we could ever want or need, hence Adam and Eve. We are always focused on the second half of this verse, which seems to promise that the highest, Yahuwah, will give us all we desire at little or no cost. Oh boy. Uh-oh. There's a problem there. There's a problem there. See, the text also says, family, you reap what you sow. Do it say that? I say it say that. To get a clear understanding of what great advice I received from this text, let's look at the main players in it, delight and desire. And also to clear up the misunderstanding that the Most High is just going to give us everything we want. Like we started off, nothing missing, nothing broken. Money coming to me. These jackleg preachers need to be, we ain't gonna cuss, or nor are we going there today. We're not talking about the pussyfooting, pacifying pastors today and teachers, the itching ear preachers. We're not going to go there today, even though that's what we was talking about from the beginning, but we didn't call them out. But the main players in this script, words, is desire, with delight and desire. And see, here's the cost. We find the cost in desire. To please someone greatly. Then it comes back to say great pleasure. Oh boy. To please someone greatly. And you could say with great pleasure. And desire is a strong feeling, worthy or unworthy, that impels to the attainment or possession of something that is in reality or imagination within reach. A desire for success is an example. Craving implies a deep and imperative or crucial wish for something based on a sense of need and hunger. Talk to me. So when the text says, delight yourself also in the Most High, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. First, your desire has to be to delight Him, to delight yourself in Him. Or, like we said, to delight Him, which means to please someone greatly, with great pleasure. And I like this desire, a strong feeling, worthy or unworthy, worthy or unworthy, that impels to attainment or possession of something that is in reality or imagination within reach. So the desire to please the Most High, we can look at it like that. I desire to delight in Him, not that I may get my desires met, but that I may meet His desires, that I will please Him greatly, with great pleasure. See, family, that's all I want. You know how you get emotional and your nose start burning when you're trying to fight it off. Hallelujah, family. That's all I desire. That's all I want. And I ain't gonna lie, it took a long time to get here. A long time, a whole lot of whipping, a whole lot of waiting. But I've come to realize this is what I really want out of life. To please my Father. Because when He show you yourself, family, oh boy, which He did a long time ago. Like I told the testimony, family, I was sick. One time I had the pneumonia, a bad tooth in my mouth. I had an abscess. And the doctor told me, he said, I can't remove that tooth. He said, you got to get that abscess out first and get rid of the pneumonia. Then come back and see me and I'll take care of you. And that night, family, the Most High gave me a visitation. Or came to see about me. Because I was crying the blues, I was whining. And He said, I don't see you like this. This is not how I see you. And then He showed me how He really saw me, family. That's the worst image anybody could ever want to see of themselves. I mean, sore written all over my body, sores all over my body. I mean, I just look decrepit. Skin and bones. But then He showed me how he really saw me, family. I said, what a sight. That's what I want right there. But as we were speaking, thank you, Father, for reminding me to get back on the right path. We was speaking on how you can handle all of those other cares that fellow Shaq was speaking on by simply delighting in the Most High. Because then He's going to give you the desires of your heart, which is the second part of that verse, which is just as important as the first part as far as pleasing him. Because he knows you want to take care of your family. You want to make your mother and father proud of you. You want to take care of your kids. You want to take care of your wife, your husband. You want them to be proud of you. Your siblings, your friends, associates, they're on down the line. But just as he reminded me, family, this morning, he was like, it's going to come. You don't have to screw over me to get what you want out of other relationships in your life. You keep me first and all of them going to line up. Just like my son coming back and telling me what he told me the other day, family. Family, that made my day. That made my day. Because as I was thinking and preparing for this, that's the advice my father gave me. Oh boy. That's the advice my father gave me. He said, Bob, you do the right thing. Don't you worry about nobody else. You do the right thing. Make sure you on the right side of his story. His story. And that's not my story. That's not your story. That's his story. His will, his desire, his plan, his way for your life. Then all of the other stuff is going to line up. And like I said, family, this is the best best advice that I can give you as far as self-care. Hallelujah. What do we say? The best self-care advice I can pass along. And it started from an idea with Shaquille O'Neal. I gotta give him his props because he said it. But the Most High gave me the advice that I needed. So that's what I'm passing on today. Hallelujah. I say hallelujah. What a grand day, family. We done got into 30 minutes. And I feel like I can talk another hour concerning this idea. But the Most High be praised, family. I hope we take this to heart today. And that we let this seed grow in us as far as having a desire to please the Father. And see, afterwards, family, everything you want and need is going to be presented to you. It's going to start unfolding in your life to the point where you say, I really didn't want that. I didn't even want that. But I'm grateful that he gave me what I really wanted, the real desire in my heart. Just like with me, my son, and my relationship. See, these are the desires that a man has in his heart. His wife, his father being proud of him, his mother being proud of him, his kids looking up to him and saying, I appreciate my pop. He might not be able to give me all the things I think I want. Oh boy. All the things I think I need. But he's able to give me the desires of my heart. Hallelujah. And more times than not, family, it's going to be in the form of some good sound advice. Some good wisdom. Because after I was able to receive it from my pop, digest it, take heed to it, then I was able to pass it on to my son. What a cycle. And I think on the larger scale, when you're dealing with the Most High, who sees everything, who knows everything, he knows your heart, he knows what you need and don't need in your life. Like I said, he's going to give you some time without to know that it was good that I didn't get that. Just as we started off, I don't have no desires for no houses, cars, and clothes, and fame, and all this other mess. But see, these are things that the Most High may have a desire for me to have. Which every man, woman, and child has a desire for nice things. Just as we said in the beginning concerning this script, we all want the desires of our heart that we think are the desires of our hearts fulfilled. When we turn it over to the Most High and say, Father, you fulfill the desires of my heart, all I'm going to do is concentrate on pleasing you. Then your life will open up like the Red Sea opened up for our forefathers. I love y'all so much, family. I appreciate you if you bear with me through this entire recording. I know it was a lengthy one, and I should have said Shabbat Shalom in the beginning, but this is my rest day, and this is the day I choose to take my time and relax doing these recordings, or should I say I will from now on out. But I love y'all, family. Be safe. Saying that word, don't let nothing move you from off that text, what the Most High says about you. Hallelujah. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.